Hey, I'm Tyler Boronski alongside Philadelphia Phillies reliever David Robertson, back in the red and white. I know it's been a little less than a month since you've been back so far. Numbers look strong, but how would you evaluate how you felt on the mound being so far?
Had a couple struggles out there. Definitely have had some innings that I'd like back. That being said, I'm still trying to ease into it. I've got plenty of outings at this point now. Everything should be clicking and going together, but this is a tough time of the season where a lot of players have got a lot of at-bats. They're hard to get out, and I'm just going to keep fighting the good fight and hoping that my stuff is good enough to get us through those outings and help the team win.
How would you evaluate, this group, top of the NL East, team that's been close many times, obviously firsthand, but just how would you evaluate, what you've seen from this group so far?
It's a good squad. I mean, this is a great group. Dombrowski's done a great job putting everything together. All the guys that we have here as a collective group are really good. When we put it together in between the lines, we were tough to beat. Just so much power, speed. We've got it all. We lost Wheeler a few weeks ago, and that's a tough blow, but we still have a great pitching staff. And the bullpen's been getting stronger, and we've got a lot of arms, and I feel like we're in a good position to make a really good playoff push.
How would you describe your relationship with this organization? Obviously, a third time back.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen for guys. How would you describe your connection with the city?
Yeah, my first time here was a real heartbreaker. I blew my elbow out 7 games in. I was really frustrated about it. It was a good opportunity for me to be here. And then coming back in 22 felt like a redemption year for me. Even though I wasn't at my strongest, I was just coming back from Tommy John and still trying to figure some things out then. It was a good run. Fell a little short to the Astros, but I'm hoping that this third time's a charm for us because I'm excited to be back here. I like this organization. I love everything about it. There's a good group of people here, and I feel like they wanted me back, and I wanted to be back, so it's a good fit.
To go back to waiting earlier this season, you're sitting at home, like when you're just you see the season's going on, like I guess first off, what do you miss about it? And during that period,
yeah, it's funny. I did miss a lot of it. I missed a lot of the actual in-game season. I missed a lot of the times that these guys had a lot of fun, and I'm sure I missed some of the. I wasn't here to ride the ups and downs at the beginning of the season, the spring training, and everything else. But at the same time, I'm 40 years old, and my family needed me to be home for a little bit, and it was the first time I've been around my wife and kids for that long of a period, and it was a great time. I got to the point where I felt the itch to come back and was able to make it happen and put together a good contract and get myself back on the lines with a team that wants to win. So it worked out for me, but I definitely know what you're saying. I needed some home time. My family needed me around for a little bit.
I know you said in other interviews like Foul Territory when you were on there a couple weeks ago, like you were only going to come back if you felt like you got a contract that felt was worth your value, a right situation.
Yes.
But what is that dynamic like? Because you're not necessarily retired, but you're still to be mentally engaged back at home. Like, what is that dynamic to go through? Because you're kind of one foot in, one foot out in a way. You're not fully one way or the other yet.
Yeah, I didn't want to make an ultimatum, a final decision. I felt that I still had what it took to get out here in the big leagues. So I didn't want to give up on it too early. I still would love to end my career with a ring. I just like to win. I still have that competitive nature in me, and I'm still here. I still want to play, so I've still got that itch to get out there and get outs and high five the guys in the line at the end of the game. So I'm going to continue to do it until something happens and I'm not able to do it.
But you had to go through like your baseball routine, like even when you're home, even though the unknown of if that contract's going to happen or not, you still engage in that way.
Exactly. Yeah, I've always worked out and done a lot of things on my own, so it's not that different for me. The only thing that was different was getting optioned to AAA and having to go back to triple ball for a little bit, which was not my finest outings, but hey, I got through it.
Well, a few years ago, you did the Indie Bowl stint for a couple of days in High Point. I know that was a little different situation.
Yeah, USA team hit me up. They got me in there to play, which was great. I needed those innings as well. I was still learning how to throw at that point.
Well, actually, what was that experience like? 'Cause, there was like AAA guys that have played in AAA and like
big league guys,
bit, but like obviously you're the well-established like major league guy on the team. What was that dynamic with the teammates for those couple of games?
Honestly, they were very helpful. The High Point Rockers really helped me out. They got me, a couple of outings out there. I was still not myself. I was still trying to figure things out. Coming back from TJ and the repairs that I had in my elbow. So it was nice that they were able to get me out there. I had a great time. It was still an ultra competitive league, and there was some good at-bats and some great players there. So it was fun. It was quick. I'm glad they helped me out, and I'm glad that they were a part of the stepping stone that got me back to the big leagues.
There you go. Was not expecting to ask a High Point Rockets question. There we go. Got it.
Yeah.
One last main question.
Go ahead.
I know you played on that side, Miami, briefly.
Yeah.
Ironically, you played against the Phillies in the playoffs that year. That didn't go so great. But what was that short experience like? You played for the Marlins after coming from New York earlier that year.
Yeah, I mean, I was having one of the best years of my life in New York, and then of course, not to dwell on bad things, but I was not looking to be moved from there, and then got moved to Miami, and just did not come down here and do what I was supposed to do. So I had some good outings, especially on the road. Did not pitch really well here in this dome, and it was a frustrating year to go into Philly and get our butts kicked in the playoffs too. We didn't even have all the guys we needed on the field there. There was some issues behind the scenes that happened there. So a lot of things. It was what it was. Yeah.
All right, last couple for you, like fun rapid fire questions that I like to ask guys. I think a lot of people still associate you with those Yankees teams. Like when you look back on some of the teammates that you're gonna be able to say you played with, like, and tell your kids one day, like who are some of those that first come to mind? I know there's a long list with the amount of teams, but like the Hall of Famers you played with.
Like Derek, Mariano, CC. Like those are the guys that people are like, oh, did you play with Derek? I'm like, yeah, for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Posada as well. There was a lot of guys to share. There's a lot of guys that were really good there. We had some great teams there. That was a long time ago in a different era of baseball. Right. That was pre-instant replay. Back when the men were men.
Yeah. Lazar was telling me earlier that you were able to teach him your cutter, which you kind of learned from Mariano. So there's another guy to add to your list right there.
Yeah, Mariano and I definitely talked a lot of pitching. We threw some very similar pitches. I've had to adapt a little more than he had to.
Yeah.
Lately, it's gotten hard. That's for sure.
Most fun season you think you've had in pro ball, whether it was in the big leagues, whether it might have been a minor league season, just one period that you remember just really enjoying, being a professional baseball player?
Well, it's
I know it's all the time, but like, is there one?
I wasn't a pro, but I would definitely say the Cape Cod League was was fun because I wasn't a pro. I had no pressure whatsoever. It was a fun summer. I met my wife there, and it was a great time.
Love that. Yeah. Last one for you. What do you do with all the gear that you accumulate from all these different organizations? The amount of T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, all the above.
God, I give away a lot, and most of it's all in my size. Those black bins that you can get at like Home Depot or Lowe's that have the yellow tops? There's quite a few of those stuffed in like a crawl space underneath my house right now with like just labels of teams and years, and then like they got the big silica packets in it to keep everything from molding. And I'm hoping that my son's getting 13 now, so he'll be, my oldest is, and I'm trying to keep it all so he can have all this vintage gear to wear when he gets older.
Yeah, to store it up and then maybe one day I'll look through it. So.
Exactly.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, yeah, I be flying with the angels every day, yeah. I play this fool, but life is great, fam. Ooh, I work 60 hours a day, man. Yeah, I'm built to grind, it's my escape plan.